Okay, so I bought a skirt and I had had my eye on it for like a year and a half. And I kept loving it, and I just thought, it's at this really weird site and I don't know whether I want to risk buying from it. So I thought I'd wait 18 months to see if anyone else had any issues, and it seems to be okay, and I ended up buying 2 things and I'm really happy. So there you go, sometimes you have to take a risk when you're constantly drawn to something absolutely magnificent. You want to see? You want to see? Okay, here we go. Look at this. Look at this amazing skirt. It's from a little company, well, probably big now, called Chic Wish. You know, it's one of those companies that you kind of go, oh, I don't know what it's going to be like. This is absolutely stunning, and the bobble knit that I bought, I'll show you that shortly, absolutely stunning, beautiful. A little bit more expensive than I would like to pay through such a site, but sometimes you just got to do these things, and compared to what I'd pay for a designer style skirt like this, it was cheap as chips. And the other thing too that's really interesting about this skirt is that it's kind of purple, and I really don't like purple normally, but it's almost a gunmetal grey purple, if that makes sense. And it has this stunning ombre effect that goes to an almost barely there lavender white at the bottom. And I really love it. I was surprised. I was prepared to send it back if it was too purple, but it's divine. The other thing with it, of course, too, is that there's a lot of it. It's really quite poofy. But I looked at other girls online who were much thinner than me who were wearing it, and they looked poofy in it as well. So I just have to get over that and just enjoy it and not worry about the fact that it looks like I've got this big ball gown happening. It's soft and fluid and nips in perfectly at the waist. I'll let you know in the notes what the size is. I forget. I think it's an M or a 10 or something. I'll let you know. I love it so much. Okay, I'm carrying on. So I thought I'd try to style it a few different ways that I might actually wear in public, and I promise you that I will do one of them, and I'll even film myself out doing it because I really want to make a statement in this skirt. So let's get started. The first way, of course, is with black. So I've put over a black coat, rolled up at the sleeves, very relaxed, tight at the back. It's just short enough so that from the side or the back you can see a little bit of the skirt to just hint of the glory underneath. And then I have a little bit of glimmer on the waist with this beautiful jeweled Zara belt. And because I just want this skirt to really shine, I don't want too much around the neck, so I just have a beautiful earring that's nice and blingy, and a blingy little purse. And of course, if you're going to the Grand Palais for a ball, as we all should be doing shortly, I hope, then you can add a little something special over the top. So let me show you that now. Look at the shimmer on this thing. Oh my goodness. And although it's a lot, it kind of works because it brings that princess moment, you know? It still has a simplicity to it and a clean line to it. Even though it's quite shimmery, it just adds a little bit of extra sparkle. This is particularly good for making the waist look smaller because we're just balancing it out at the top here a little bit. And then I have another idea as well that I think I'll like even more. This is a collar from Zara that I recently bought. Check it out. Absolutely incredible. And again, it just gives a little bit of balance to the top, and it has a gorgeous shimmer to it. But if you're going to go really full-on massive earrings or a really statement necklace, then I would remove this and just wear a thin black belt over the elastic of the skirt. I think I need to try something a little bit less dressy, so let's do that now. This next look is similar. I've kept the black, but it's a little more relaxed. I've just put a leather blazer over the top. It's not quite as formal. I've kept these exquisite long, over the knee almost black boots because I do love a black boot with a frou-frou skirt. And then just a crossbody bag to give it that more relaxed feel. And you can see here it's got some fabulous hardware on there that ties in with these jangly earrings and the belt. So just those little bits of gold, and on the wrist of course as well. What do you reckon? I mean, it's a little bit rock and roll, it's a little bit London, isn't it? It's kind of cool. It's kind of Carrie Bradshaw, don't you think? Yeah, it's kind of cool. And I would not put a black bag with this. I would probably put a brown velvet bag. And in fact, a brown leather boot with this ensemble would be incredible. What do you think? Do you like this, or do you think it's just too much? Does it have something about it? I could also wear it open, of course, which makes it even more relaxed. What say you? I just thought I'd simplify a little bit if you were going out to a special event that wasn't too formal. Relaxed beads, they always make something a little less formal, do they not? And left the belt on, and this time I have a hat to try, just a classic patent heels, just perfect with the skirt. And if you do this, you absolutely must play with your skirt. When you're at this event, you must clutch it, you must swoosh it, you must sit with your legs crossed and flash it around because it's absolutely bloody beautiful. It's brilliant. You got to work it, girl. You've got to work the skirt. So there you go. There's a more classic sort of less formal look. And of course I've just rolled up the sleeves. The other thing that rolling up the sleeves does is it brings the eye up. So if you have your sleeves down like this, can you see how the focus sort of comes down here? And of course this is very wide here at the moment. So if we pull these up, it just gives a different silhouette. You see, it draws the eye to the waist and not so much to the hip. So that's just my little tip anyway, that's what I believe. And then over the top, if you're a little bit chilly, of course you could add something like a little faux fur vest, but you of course can see as soon as I put this on, it just makes me into, you know, a bit of a block. Certainly you could belt it in, but something, unless you're very, 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 very tiny, belting in furry vests like this or even belting in scarves can look a bit, you know, it can be quite unflattering. So I would not do that with this. I would probably just wear the vest like this, maybe crossbody it and make sure it sits back so that you can see my waist. If I was cold, I would put a jacket on or even a shawl, or, which I think would look really cool, just a massive scarf. I mean, this is edgy cool, and something like this can be scooted around. You can even see your fabulous, you don't believe me, do you? You can even see your fabulous necklace peeking out the bottom like that. Now, I don't have a bag here, but imagine I have a fabulous bag and I'm walking through the streets of Paris. Stunning, stunning. Anyone can do this. Please do this. Promise me you'll do this. Just find your poofy skirt and do this, okay? Oh, and if you also don't want to choke yourself, you could go a little bit more relaxed like that. Make sure you show off that waist though. Now, if you were really young and cool, you could just go brown, but extra, extra brown with this incredible puffer. Because it's so puffy, if we show the waist, it helps balance out and doesn't make you look so box-like. And I just love these tones together. I have on a brown belt and I've just French tucked it so you can just see from the back and the side. And then an irony is a tiny little pretty little purse to go with this. I think a big bag would just end up looking too clunky, and of course a cool pair of sunnies. And then if you wanted to, you could actually open it and just pin it at the neck. See that? So again, it gives you a little bit of shape with the waist, and you could probably even tuck it on the sides here, glimpse of waist that just helps refine the outfit. Then over the top, of course, you could take a big W puffer and add Chanel to it to totally rock that look. You could change out the belt and make it black so it's not so clashing here. But I don't mind the two browns together. And you could also just have it completely open and crossbody it. So you can see when you crossbody it, it helps keep the coat open and it gives that glimpse of waist again. Love it. Right, maybe something a little bit less extra now. Continuing on with the brown theme, I've put on a jacket that nips me in, just so you can see if you've been thinking, I wish she'd put a jacket on that nips her in, just to let the skirt poof out and does not work beautifully. So you do have to go quite tight and something nice and fitted on the top. And then I thought I'd add a pop of white here. This is the only purple I have in my wardrobe. This little tassel on this bag, it's about it. And I just thought it worked well. So yeah, a little pop of unexpected white, and I've reflected that in the scarf. So this has actually black and white in it. So the sunglasses and the bag and the bottom of the skirt just kind of pick up on those little pops of white. So again, this might be too extra for you, but you know, I hope it's inspiring you. You may find something that's similar that you think would work really well. And the other thing I thought I'd try is a hat. Now, I would not wear it with the black. I would probably just have a jacket like this and then maybe just a white t-shirt or something like that. And I would probably have a different boot. But I just thought I'd see what it looked like. You know, you have to be 20 to do this stuff, but anyway, hey. I'll give it a go. But you get the idea, you know, it's got that cool urban sort of look, and if you put a cowboy boot with this and a lovely little leather jacket and a lighter top, I think that would be kind of awesome. Now I also have a white jacket here, so let's see what that looks like. It's not quite a white jacket, it's more of a creamy colour, but I put a white top underneath. I have a fabulous white sandal. I did put a white belt on, but I actually quite liked this little ecru belt because it just ties in the different tones here. So I have bright white, I have very off-white, I have ecru, I have cream, and I have a white sandal, and it just all blends together really, really nicely. It's just a little summery sort of look, and yeah, I think that's too much. Let me try cardigan.